3,200-meter run, 3A boys. And we are underway. We've got Gabriel Hawley in lane number 1 from Daniel. Check. Menesiotis from Hilton Head in lane 2. Andre Ivankovic from Daniel, who won a state title earlier today. He is running out of lane number 3. Billy Cryer from St. James in lane 4. Nick Putnam from Dreer in lane 5. Matthew Gear from Daniel, qualifying in lane 6. Sean McMahon from Hilton Head in lane 7. And Heath Lorick from Chapin High School, qualified for lane number 8. The fastest qualifying time posted by Howie from Daniel, 9:57.44. He's only a sophomore. Outstanding long-distance runner. And also Andre Ivankovic, one of the top distance runners in the state of South Carolina. We saw Ivankovic win the 1,600 meters earlier today.
For the second straight year, Ivankovic brought home the 1,600-meter championship for Daniel, and he'll be the favorite again in this 3,200-meter run. Birch, 8 laps around the track. The meet record set all the way back in 1988 by Ernie Shepard from Wren High School. And to give you an idea what kind of time he ran, his meet record run was 8 minutes and 56 seconds. And we know how good Andre Ivankovic is from Daniel. His qualifying time was 9 minutes and 44 seconds, so about 48 seconds off of the state meet record set by Ernie Shepard from Wren back in 1988. It's amazing how long some of these meet records have stood, Birch. The 800-meter run was set back in '84 by Terrence Harrington from Hartsville, and I was looking at some of the meet records. Cleveland Pinckney, an old Gamecock football player, terrific defensive tackle, set the discus record back in '96. And, that throw that he had to set the state record will beat this year's winners by 20 feet or more. So some of these performances really stand the test of time.
So we've got 800 meters in the books, 7 more laps to go here in the 3,200. And with the lead is Howie from Daniel. His running mate, Ivankovic from Daniel, is third. Menesiotis second from Hilton Head. So they're running in the way they qualified, Emerson 1, 2, 3. Howie, Menesiotis, and Ivankovic.
Yeah, and again, the early portion of the race is just staying in contention. I think, Birch, if you can stay within earshot of the leaders, you try to, again, keep something in reserve for the last lap. But that's easier said than done. Although, Birch, I have to point out that we have got absolutely ideal weather conditions today. Traditionally this time of year when we come and cover the track and field championship meet, it's mid-90s to upper 90s, and it's hot as Hades. But this year it is unseasonably cool. It's very pleasant. Temperatures hovering in the lower to mid-70s right now. We've got a nice cool breeze. You just couldn't ask for better weather, particularly for these distance runners.
Ivankovic now pushes ahead to the front. So it's Ivankovic and then Howie. So the 2 runners from Daniel going 1-2, with Menesiotis from Hilton Head third. Heath Lorick from Chapin High School, the senior, who is an outstanding cross-country runner as well. He is in 4th place.
Birch, I don't think the heat particularly affects sprinters in shorter distances, but obviously, when you're talking about the 1,600-meter run, 4 laps around the track, or particularly the 3,200-meter run, when it's up in the 90s, man, it really takes a toll on these long-distance runners. So I'm sure they're very happy that the weather has cooperated the way it has this weekend.
Yeah, and these long-distance runners, what some of them do, like a lot of the long-distance swimmers, to try to stay on pace, is they'll sing a song in their head. They know, okay, this song is 2 minutes 40 seconds, or this song is 2 minutes 50 seconds, and they'll sing a song in their head to keep their pace, and then go to another song that's a little bit faster. So a lot of these distance runners, that's a little trick that they'll use, similar to what the swimmers will use. And then, of course, some distance runners just say, I'm just going to go out and run and try to keep a steady pace and see what happens. But right now, Howie again pushes forward. So it's still Howie, Ivankovic, and Jack Manasiotis from Hilton Head. As we are halfway through this race now, as we have 1,600 meters in the books here. And it's the two runners from Daniel in the gold, and then Manasiotis from Hilton Head. Third runner from Daniel now is in fourth place as Matthew Gear, the junior, moves ahead. And in the overall team standings, Dreer with Nick Putnam getting some points here in this event, which they also got from Nick back in the 1600. But Daniel and Hilton Head Island also getting a slew of points here to help their cause in the overall team standings. Now Manasiotis opening up his pace as we're more than halfway through this race. And he will take a lead by 15 meters over Ivankovic. Howie drops back into third, about 40 meters behind. So Manasiotis, as you see him there, right side of your screen, ahead of Ivankovic for Daniel. Ivankovic winning the 1,600 meters earlier in the day. Split time right now at 6:43. Coming up on 7 minutes, so we'll have 2 more laps around this track, 800 meters to go.
First, taking a look at the team competition here in 3A, we felt like Dreer, obviously, with the most slots in the championship meet. They have 12 slots in this meet this weekend. So they figured to be a slight favorite for that reason, and also the fact that they have, arguably the best sprinter in South Carolina history in Brandon Sanders, who has really helped Dreer rake in some points in the sprint events. Dreer with first place finishes from Sanders in the 100 and the 200, and Dreer also won the 4x100 meter relay. So if Putnam can give him some points here in this distance race like he did earlier in the 1,600, I think Dreer is going to be in good position to be in contention for the state championship when the day is over. Dreer's 12 slots spread out. They have a participant in the shot put and the discus, the 400, the 800, the 1,600, the 3,200. They got 2 relay teams. Darlington with 11 slots. Wade Hampton has 9. LR and South Point with 10. Of course, Hilton Head won the state title last year, and they did that on the strength that they had in the distance running. And there's a good look at Hilton's Head 3,200 meter runner here. That's Jack Manasiotis, 5th place finisher in the 1,600 last year, and a kid that we saw run a couple of events last year and a couple more again this year.
But now Ivankovic is going to overtake Manasiotis, and Ivankovic and Manasiotis have a 100-meter lead over the rest of the field, Emerson. As Ivankovic slips past Manasiotis. So it is Ivankovic from Daniel, Manasiotis from Hilton Head running 2. The nearest competitor, 110 meters behind, in Howie from Daniel. And boy, Ivankovic is a strong distance runner. It's 100 meters to go, and he widens that lead. He's got the head down, churning and burning. Takes a peek over the left shoulder. He's going to win his 2nd state title of the day.
11th grader, and he'll get an occasion to glance back over that left shoulder and see just how wide the lead is. A very strong showing today at the State Track and Field Championship by that young man from Daniel High School, Andre Ivankovic.
And he did it in under 9:30. Let's take a look at the final results as Andre Ivankovic wins his 2nd state title. Great distance runner. He's won the 1,600, now the 32.